Real estate investing for beginners. Expectations versus reality. We all have really high expectations. And
Hello and welcome to Steps to Success. My name is D'Angelo Simmons, and I believe as long as your heart is in every step, then you're already a success. Today we're going to do a review of our guy, Mr. Joe Crump. So just to give you a bit of a backstory, I came across Joe Crump back in about 2018, towards the end of 2018. I first got a seller to agree to do a land contract deal. I had no clue on how to actually do the deal. I just knew, it was a different technique to try. So long story short, they agreed to the deal and I had to, figure out how to do it. So I ended up Googling, YouTubing, you know how it is, YouTube University, proud graduate. I Googled and I found Mr. Joe Crump and his channel, and he taught me a lot of everything I need to know about, lease options, seller financing. And I did not do that deal back in 2018, but I did do deals based off his knowledge. And also, this is a great video, so let's go ahead and hop right into it. Check out his channel if you haven't, but let's get right into it.
everybody that I talk to that comes into my mentor program has great expectations and great confidence. And I guess you kind of need that going in. Now, everybody has underlying fear as well. But a lot of us have think that we're going to do something really amazing in a very short period of time.
Guys, that was 100% me. So when I first got into the business, I got my first deal, like in my mind, within like 2 weeks of me first starting cold calling. So I was cold calling for sell by owner leads. Long story short, I was fully convinced that, I got the property under contract. It was great. 2 weeks of calling, got my first property under contract. They were looking to sell, and they were looking to get $70,000. And I was fully convinced that it could sell at $90,000. I had a buyer go look at it. I, told them $90,000. It was a realtor. He had their buyers come in from California. Long story short, the property did not sell, but I was very convinced that it was. Like, I was 100%, like, I got it. I was so excited. But I mean, you gotta, once that happens, you really have to hone in on, it shows you, do you love the process or do you just love what you can maybe get from it?
I tell everybody, give yourself 3 or 4 months before you can expect to make any money in this business. And that's only going to happen if you'll put in 8 to 10 hours a week on the phone, talking to sellers, making offers, learning that process. And you're not going to have to do that forever, but you have to do it at the beginning.
So it took me 9 months to get my first wholesale deal. So, that 3 to 4 months, what he's saying right there is completely true. It's very easy to think, like I said, that 2 weeks right there, I could have just like faded away because that was $20,000 I thought I was going to have, like fully convinced, thought I had it. When I didn't get it, I was like I was surprised that I did not get it. That being said, me setting the expectation of about 3 to 4 months is very good for you yourself in this business, because at least you'll be able to figure out, do you actually love the process or do you just want, you love what you can maybe get from it?
In order to become competent so you can put those deals together. So give yourself time in that process. Now, once you do that, things are going to start to snowball, and your expectations will start going up. But you'll stop thinking about what you expect out of this business and stop guessing about it, and you'll just focus on the business itself.
That right there, the process, the business itself. But what he said as far as the snowball effect, guys, is 100% accurate. So like when I, after 9 months, right? So, it could be 3 or 4 months for you, however long it takes you. But after 9 months of me calling, getting several deals under contract, they did not close for whatever reason. I finally got my first deal to close after 9 months. And then within that first month, I earned $14,000. And that was, when the previous year, I earned $20,000 working as a car detailer for JD Byrider. So within 1 month, I earned about, almost what I earned for the whole year, that previous year. So just stay with the process, basically.
Focus on the deals that you're doing. And as you do that, the money will come. I find that the most important thing is to stop focusing on yourself and what you're trying to accomplish and the money you're trying to make, and start focusing on that seller or that buyer. What is it that they need? What is it that they're trying to accomplish? Because if you could solve that problem, you're going to make money.
So that right there, you hear it all the time, right? Like, be a go-giver, right? Give, and you'll receive. Stuff like that, right? Be just giving with the genuine conscience, not worrying about what you can get back. that sounds like a utopian thing, right? It sounds like a utopian idea, not realistic completely. But, that being said, don't think of it so literal, right? Like, don't think of it like, I'm just going to forget everything that I need out of this situation in order to meet whatever that seller or buyer needs, right? So I'm going to just completely minimize whatever my wants and needs are just for them, right? So don't think of it like that, but more so think of it like how you can add value to the situation, right? So to give you an example, maybe if there was, a seller who wants to maybe there is a seller who wants to sell their property, right? But then that tenant in the property can't get out of the property because they, have too much belongings in the property, right? So just that situation right there, how you could be of use to maybe the tenant. Maybe you could offer to, get on Craigslist, have somebody, pay to help move that tenant's things out of the property. That being said, it may just be a portion of your assignment fee, but yet you figured out how you can get the seller to get their property sold in a timely manner, and also to help that tenant out of the property into their next home. So you just helped out the situation, and you're still going to get paid. Maybe it takes about $250 out of it, but at the same time, the situation would not have been solved if you were not in it. So that's what it's all about, this business, being a solution provider.
It's like Zig Ziglar said, the more people you help, the more money you make. And it's absolutely true with these processes that I'm teaching with real estate investing. So lower your expectations to start and allow yourself to screw things.
I won't say lower your expectations, but what he said right there, allow yourself to screw things up. I wanted to just interject right there. Lower expectations. I mean, he's saying lower your expectations so that way, once you actually, if you come across a situation like I just explained to you, where I had, a $20,000 deal, if you aren't somebody who's dedicated to the process, he's saying lower your expectations. That way, you won't get so excited that if it does not happen, then you're going to just be deflated and feel like you shouldn't move forward. So don't take that as lower your expectations in the way of like, don't expect good things to happen. That's not what he's saying. Expect the great things to happen. Expect you to get a deal under contract on your next call, on your first call, right? Expect that. But at the same time, commit yourself to the process, meaning, if it happens, great. But at the same time, I know that it's going to happen, right? So if it happens on my next call, great. But at the same time, I know that it's going to happen. Stay like that.
Up for a while. Allow yourself to make mistakes. And eventually, you'll get where you want to be. And you're going to find that your desire and your expectations are always going to be higher, and you're always going to be pushing to try to make something more. That's why we're entrepreneurs, because we're like that. We're always looking on the other side of the fence. The grass is always greener, and we're always going to be pushing for that.
And guys, what he's saying right there, I don't believe he's saying like, a shiny object syndrome, right? Because that can easily be misinterpreted. I don't believe he's saying, the shiny object going to chase something different. He's saying that, why we're entrepreneurs is because we believe that, once we do something, we can make our new creation even better, right? So we're constantly striving towards greatness and in some ways, perfection, quote unquote, but not, perfection in a way of, how you can better yourself. So that being said, though, you allowing yourself the freedom, to mess up or to make a mistake without, obviously make sure it's not a costly mistake, right? So, cancel your contracts within your periods and things like that. But that being said, allow yourself to make common mistakes and not to feel overwhelmed by whatever that, consequence, being good or bad, whatever may come about it. And also, just realize that this is your first time. So learn from what you just previously done, and that'll all help you as an investor.
We've got to stay focused on what's important. And what's important in real estate investing is putting together deals.
There it is. At the end of the day, guys, whatever else going on, you got to stay focused on putting together deals. Real quick though, one thing that I loved about Joe Crump and that, really I think drew me to him is his voice and his whole like aura, his whole setup is very just calm. So I remember just walking around JD Byrider, super hot outside, super snowy, whatever it is, cold or snow, and just being able to walk and listen. And that being said, it was nice listening to, somebody with a calm, soothing voice. Like
the
this.
more deals you put together, the more money you make. If you spend all your time swinging a hammer or painting the house or doing fix-ups or going out there and trying to find buyers, you need to focus on your sellers, because putting the deal together is where the money is made. Yeah, the money doesn't actually come until you find the buyer, but that seller putting that deal together, that's where the money is made. So learn how to do that and be competent at that, and outsource and automate everything else, and you'll make far more money if you'll do it that way. All right, good luck with it.
Yo, Joe Crump is great, man. Great guy, great dude. I love his content. But guys, what he just said right there, I mean, that's all you need to hear. That's golden right there, Being able to focus on putting the deal together as an investor, right? Now, as an investor, once you start closing deals, as he just said, you're not supposed to be focusing on, new house projects and things like that. You can, but at the same time, don't forget, like when in this real estate investing, wholesaling space, and also real estate investing space in a lot of ways, you're only as good as your last deal. So you have to keep moving forward, keep going forward. So it's literally like it's a circle, right? So, peep the cycle of life, video Be Do Have that I got for you guys for Wisdom Wednesday. I'll put that link up there in the description. But that being said, that's what it is within this real estate investing space. So the expectations may be you're going to get your, first real estate wholesale deal as soon as you pick up the phone, right? But reality may be 9 months, right? So for me, I was at 2 weeks, right? Expectation 2 weeks, I was about to have $20,000. Reality was 9 months. My first deal was $4,000. Ended up making $14,000 that month, but the first deal was $4,000, and I quit my job with the $4,000. That being said, you have to decide what is your reality, right? So you decide your reality by even choosing your expectations, right? But one thing that helps you choose your expectations is being able to know how you can choose your reality. And the way you are choosing your reality is by being able to control what you can control, which is, your attitude and effort for the most important things, right? You can control your effort that you put in on each call, each day, and you can control your attitude as you make each call each day, right? So that being said, you being able to control those two things, that'll lead you to where you ultimately want to be, your desired reality, which means you can set your expectations as high as you want. Just basically mean you have to be willing to put in the work that you expect in your desired reality until you get it. Really, until you get it. All right, guys, as always, make sure your heart is in every step, because that makes you feel like you're a success on this journey of success. Get to stepping.